Taylor Swift stunned director Joseph Kahn from the very first phone call back in 2014, right before her 1989 album dropped. She reached out herself, no manager or assistant, just Taylor on the line ready to collaborate. Joseph, already a legend, in the music video world with hits like Britney Spears' Toxic, was impressed before they'd even met in person. Taylor's reputation for being a boss was instantly confirmed, and he noticed early on how much she believed in herself, enough to put her own money on the line for her vision. She wasn't afraid to take risks, and Joseph felt that people in this business who are willing to bet everything deserve to be rewarded. During that time, there was even a 9th video that never saw the light of day. They began shooting it but didn't finish because Taylor changed direction mid-project. She wanted to focus on Ready for It for the Reputation album instead, so the half-done video for King of My Heart was left behind, a story few have heard. Through all their projects, Joseph noticed Taylor's work ethic was unmatched. She was never late, always present, ready to shoot the moment cameras rolled. Other artists could learn from her dedication. When Joseph and Taylor started working on Blank Space, their first collaboration, they quickly found a creative groove. Taylor brought ideas, Joseph brought a director's eye, and together they shaped each video. Taylor explained how Blank Space poked fun at the persona people had assigned her, and Joseph was on board, pitching ideas to make the video meme-worthy and fun, with every scene designed to be iconic. By the time they made Wildest Dreams, their third project, their collaboration was seamless, often texting each other back and forth to come up with new concepts. Over the years, they created 8 music videos and 1 commercial. With that, mysterious 9th video almost finished but ultimately scrapped. Joseph marveled at how Taylor took control of her image and projects, pointing out that people often criticize her for being manipulative, but in truth, she just knows what she wants, what clothes to wear, what edits to make, what themes to explore. She's not a record label puppet, he insisted, but an artist who's worked outside the mainstream, able to navigate both Nashville country roots and global pop stardom. Joseph respected the way Taylor invested her own money and soul into her work, fighting for her rights when her music catalog was sold away. He celebrated when she won those rights back, feeling she truly deserved ownership. Joseph's creative journey with Taylor was full of surprises. He never planned to become a director, having never gone to film school, but after years on set, observing, learning, and asking questions, he found himself drawn to filmmaking. Working closely with Taylor, he was often on the phone discussing wild ideas, like Taylor emerging from the ground as a zombie in Look What You Made Me Do, or sitting in a bathtub of diamonds, or fighting versions of herself. Joseph instantly understood what she wanted. Their creative shorthand was so strong that Taylor began writing her own video treatments and eventually co-directing. When she directed on her own for the first time, it was for The Man, a video where she wore full prosthetics to become a man. Taylor recalled how surreal it was to direct child actors while in disguise, watching the kids try to reconcile the man in front of them with Taylor Swift. The whole experience was wild, especially working with Rodrigo Prieto as director of photography. Then the pandemic hit, and Taylor directed Cardigan in the early days of lockdown, followed by Willow. These projects made her realize she was ready for more responsibility, so she wrote and directed her own short film. Taylor shared how she first wanted a female director for The Man, but when scheduling didn't work out, she decided to direct herself. It was unexpectedly fulfilling, and after that, she never looked back. She's now directed about 10 music videos and a short film, slowly taking on more and more creative control. Joseph said being directed by Taylor was an experience in itself. She was always focused, serious, generous, and poured everything into her work. He admired how she knew exactly what she wanted, moved quickly, and didn't overshoot. She got her shots and moved on, never wasting time. No one could say Taylor's success was an accident. She brought her own vision to life, and anyone who worked with her could see she was a force of nature. Joseph loved being part of Taylor's creative world, especially when they made videos. That connected with other pop culture moments, like the Dead Poet Society references in her work. Fans from different generations were thrilled to see those nods, and even Gwyneth Paltrow chimed in online, adding to the excitement. Taylor's blend of filmmaking and music brought together people from all corners of the industry, and Joseph admitted he was a fan of hers before they ever met. Watching her work up close only deepened his respect, especially seeing her behind the scenes, fully in her zone, knowing exactly what she wanted. Joseph was excited to see where Taylor would go next as a filmmaker and director, convinced she had the talent and drive to keep pushing boundaries. Subscribe for more rare stories and creative secrets from inside the music industry. Taylor's risk-taking defined each project. She wasn't afraid to try new things, scrap what wasn't working, or pivot even after investing time and money. The scrapped video for King of My Heart was just one example of her commitment to quality over quantity. Every decision was about the art, not just the business. As Joseph and Taylor's partnership grew, so did the scale of their projects. Every video was a step up, packed with visual effects, clever references, and bold choices. Taylor's willingness to direct herself, wear prosthetics, or dive into creative storytelling pushed everyone around her to level up. She learned on the job, writing treatments, shot listing, and co-directing, and she took those lessons into her solo projects, growing with each new challenge. Directing children while disguised, managing huge sets in the pandemic, or coordinating with legendary DPs like Rodrigo Prieto, Taylor took it all in stride. She was never content to just sing and dance. She wanted to shape every frame, every color, and every narrative. Taylor's journey as a director was driven by necessity as much as ambition. When she couldn't find the right director, she stepped up and soon discovered she loved the process. Each new project brought fresh excitement and more confidence. The more she directed, the more she wanted to create, and fans could see the progression in every music video and film she released. Joseph's admiration only grew as he watched Taylor juggle songwriting, creative direction, and performance, all while staying grounded and kind. Behind the scenes, she was generous with her time, respected her collaborators, and inspired everyone to give their best. Taylor's sets were collaborative, energetic, and fun, and Joseph recalled moments when the whole team felt like they were part of something special. Taylor's directorial debut with The Man was a turning point, proving she could handle the pressure and complexity of leading a crew. Even when covered in prosthetics and costume, she stayed focused, delivering direction and performance all at once. The crew saw firsthand how much Taylor cared about the details, making sure every shot matched her vision. Little by little, Taylor's confidence as a director grew, and she started taking on more ambitious projects, like the immersive worlds of Willow and Cardigan during lockdown. With each video, she added new skills, learning from mistakes and successes alike. Joseph was amazed by her growth, and by the time she shot her short film, Taylor had become a full-fledged filmmaker, respected by peers and collaborators alike. Taylor's creative risks paid off, earning her accolades and a reputation as one of the most innovative artists of her generation. She balanced her music career with directing, writing, and producing, and her work inspired countless fans and fellow artists. Joseph reminisced about their wildest ideas, like Taylor's zombie hand reaching out of the ground, or her battling different versions of herself, and marveled at how she always found a way to make those concepts real. Taylor's willingness to take chances, scrap projects, and keep growing set her apart from the crowd. Her collaboration with Joseph Kahn was just the beginning, as she continued to expand her creative horizons with each new release. If you're fascinated by Taylor's journey and want more exclusive behind-the-scenes stories, make sure to subscribe now and stay tuned for the next chapter. Taylor's story is far from over, and her next creative leap could be her boldest yet.